This is the Tallahassee Business Podcast, bringing you engaging conversations with influential members of the community that you need to know. This episode is brought to you by The Health Network. The Health Network is an innovative advertising platform with more than 30 digital monitors and almost a dozen different medical waiting rooms throughout Tallahassee. With a diverse mix of medical practices, The Health Network provides advertisers unmatched visibility to a highly engaged audience while directly connecting with target consumers through static and video ads. To learn how your business can effectively reach over 60,000 patients and guests per month, visit thnadvertising.com.
Hello, everybody. This is Sue Dick with the Greater Tallahassee Chamber of Commerce. Very excited today to be talking with Erica Woods. She is Facebook's State Policy Manager. Erica, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Well, this is exciting. I know a lot of people have a lot of questions or curiosities about Facebook. You are going to provide a unique perspective and something that is so important for the world that we're in. We're going to talk a lot about some of the business policies, some of the strong work that Facebook is doing to help entrepreneurs and really help individuals out there that might be wondering what are some of the proactive offerings that Facebook is providing, and just trying to drive the economy. So maybe before we get started, if you could just take a little bit about your background, where you're actually sitting while we're talking, and we'll jump into it from there.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, my name is Erica Woods. I am originally from Memphis, Tennessee, but have been living in the DC area for right at 7 years. And I've been an employee at Facebook for 3.5 years. I'm a lawyer by trade. I've got some government experience working for both the Obama administration as well as on Capitol Hill for the Committee on Homeland Security. But as I mentioned, over the last 3.5 years, I've been on Facebook's state policy team, where I particularly focus on the Southeast region. So Florida and Tallahassee holds a special place to me.
Well, that's great. I mean, I think for a lot of individuals, maybe just to understand, why is this so important, do you think, for Facebook as a company? Or what have you found in your last 3 years that might surprise our listeners in realizing?
Yeah, I think it became pretty clear to me early on that small business and small business presence on social media is kind of the backbone of what Facebook is. Those are the people that are able to start a business, grow, and thrive, all because they're able to find new customers, new clients, spread their great products. And so, we have been very, very focused on making sure that small businesses have the resources that they need to grow on our platform.
So I think with that focus, I mean, what's the biggest challenge that small businesses are facing today, in your view?
Today, I think that the impacts of COVID are still top of mind for small businesses because, you're able to have your small shops or your brick and mortar shops where you have foot traffic and people are coming in and learning about your offerings. Effectively, that completely shut down. People were at home and they were online more than ever. And so having a strong online presence, being able to advertise and show people that you're still in operation, you're still looking to grow, became critically important. I think it's going to be a continued importance as people figure out how comfortable they are getting back outside and in shops again.
Well, and I think as a company, have you noticed that Facebook has evolved into helping small businesses even more and more with the pandemic?
I certainly have. We've always had a focus on small business. For example, we offer what we call the Small Business Boost program. That's actually been around for about 7 years. And that's a free online training that helps companies grow their business online. We teach them about advertising. We teach them about algorithms and finding new clients and customers. So that has become more important than ever. But also in the middle of the pandemic, we knew that a lot of our small business owners just needed help. So we had a variety of small business grants that we provided to both small business owners in cities where we have a physical presence, but we also had a Black-owned business grant that was across the country. So we gave millions of dollars in both ad credits and actual funds to hopefully help those small businesses stay on track.
And as you've been talking with businesses, and I'm glad you touched on it, because we have seen ourselves through the work here at the Chamber that many of our minority-owned businesses have been facing a lot of different challenges as well. I mean, are there other kinds of innovation that you've seen out there to help these small businesses, or why do you think it's just so important?
Yeah, I mean, we've partnered with a lot of state organizations and state-run groups, whether it be like the small business chambers or small business administration. A lot of people are looking for ways to help, including grants, trainings, and things of that nature that we've happily participated in. It's all about resilience. I think online, you're able to reach people at a far more affordable, vast rate than maybe your traditional newspaper advertisements or television advertisements. And so if we're able to offer an affordable way to advertise and let people know that you're COVID safe and continuing to open, we're happy to do it. And I think that's just kind of the mission and the focus of what social media really is. It's connecting people to the things that they care about.
Have you seen, have you, through your work and also obviously within Facebook, a lot more businesses starting up and entrepreneurial? I mean, we've seen it in our world, right? We've seen the national numbers on new businesses or entrepreneurs that are trying to launch. And if that's the case, how can entrepreneurs start their business on Facebook, or what would you want people to know that they might not realize?
Yeah, we've seen businesses that are starting out on Facebook. They're making sure that they have an ads manager account, which works for both Facebook and Instagram. And they're taking the online tutorials and trainings to show how to advertise on the platform, because that's a surefire, quick way to find new clients and customers. And we are hearing that it's been super beneficial with COVID, because people are able to get on their pages and find out their hours of operation and things of that nature. So I think just online literacy has become so important, especially in these difficult times.
As you've talked to owners, is there one or two things that stand out to you that people just were just so surprised to realize about Facebook? I mean, I know we've talked about a lot of programs and a lot of offerings that I was not aware of. But I think sometimes for you to kind of bring that forward to a listener might also send off a light bulb in their mind of, oh, I didn't even realize that as well.
Talking to business owners, I actually talked to them the most about the personal side they were able to show from their pages and how it grew their business, grew their following so quickly. So not just the advertisements, the dollars that you're putting in to show a new product or offering. It's just showing kind of that behind the scenes personality that made people fall in love with not only the business owner, but the company. They're showing them getting ready for breakfast in the morning. They're showing them opening their stores and how they do their day, just kind of basic, showing them who they are. And I've heard amazing stories about it. So I always encourage people to post and show your life, because people will fall in love with your skills and your craft.
Well, and I think anytime people can do that, I think also listening to you and hearing from you, because you're seeing examples out there every day. I think part of it is also the advice that maybe you can share with a minority-owned business or Black entrepreneurs or Hispanics that are listening to this podcast who are trying to get in the Facebook world or trying to get more into the social media side. What type of advice would you want to give for success?
Yeah, I would just tell them to be vulnerable, be open. There's no magic number on how many posts you need to do per day or what hours of the day you need to make sure to post. People are looking for authentic, genuine content. That could be once a day, that could be every other day. They want to see the authentic side of you. And that, does not matter race, gender, anything. So certainly be open to showing your skills, your talents, your personality. Share the various things that you're offering, and people will find you. Folks are online quite a bit these days, and we do hear that people want to help small businesses. They're always asking. So I definitely encourage folks to get up to speed on their literacy, their online literacy, and they will definitely see success on the platform.
Well, and for Facebook, it's such a great company. What's on the horizon, or what could people see maybe coming out as we wrap up this year and then moving into next year? Of course, we're all still trying to work in and around the COVID space and variant space, but maybe looking a little bit into the future, what could we maybe expect to see coming from you?
Yeah. Yeah, so we have been, very active in online shopping and making it convenient, particularly on Instagram, to purchase the items directly that you're seeing that you're interested in. Mark in recent weeks has also been very active in artificial intelligence and the future of how we interact in person and virtually. We're looking at kind of the metaverse, as he conveniently calls it. So I think, online, the way that people interact and support small businesses will continue to evolve and change. So we're really excited about the future.
Well, Erica, maybe what we could do is maybe we could check in maybe into next year again. I think this world moves so quickly, and it's always a benefit to our business owners and all of our membership and everyone that listens in. I really, really appreciate you sharing your insight and perspective. Any closing comments you want to make?
No, I'm so happy to be here. I'm so, happy to be a partner of the Tallahassee Chamber. And I'm glad that you guys are always thinking about small businesses and ways that you guys can help. We as Facebook certainly want to be at the table as well. So I'd love to continue these conversations.
Well, thanks so much. We are going to be pushing this out during Med Week here in the Tallahassee area as well. So we appreciate your support and bringing great information to our listeners. Erica, it's great to meet you via Zoom, and look forward to talking to you again.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me.